How much are you getting paid from brand deals?
15 to 25,000 for every video.
This European kid faked being spoiled and rich with his skits to actually becoming rich and making 30K a month. With 2 million followers and over 3 billion views, let's just say this guy is not something you can ignore online. This is Eris, an entrepreneur and influencer who is now using his personal brand to build a mega startup. But it wasn't always private jets and caviar. He grew up in Belgium with his twin brother and had a love for 2 things: entrepreneurship and content creation. In college, he started making his first skits, but they never took off. But then, one night, he threw up a video about a spoiled European kid, and he woke up to millions of views. And now we're here in NYC to see if this guy's actually rich. Because to be honest, bro might be a brokey.
Yo, are you a European kid? We're with WAP, we're just filming like day in the life, business owners. You down to like show us around?
Am I down to show you my business? No, I'm gonna go have my cup of coffee and then we'll talk, okay?
Bro, relax, just come. Is it quit in 5 minutes? 5 minutes.
I don't talk to anyone before I do my coffee.
5 minutes, bro, please. Yo!
What do you want to do exactly?
We want to see your business, see if you actually make money or see if it's daddy's money.
I make some money.
Do you?
Of course I make some money.
All right, let's do it. You're paying for this place, or?
It's none of your business, my guy.
Quick cold plunge. How long do you usually go in for?
Like 20 minutes?
That's it?
Bro's gonna die in the cold plunge.
This looks like more of an office than it is.
This is honestly like
I found it very fun, that quote, I didn't choose the startup life chose me. I mean, we all have callings. My sister has always had a calling to sing, to play music, to dance, to do musicals. Some people always had a calling to do business, other people to design homes, whatever. There is something within you that, just like a kid, just feels like grabbing a piece of paper and a pen and start drawing. You really feel like just doing it. Like you don't need anybody to be telling you to do it because it is supposed to, or because it's discipline or whatever. You naturally, without anybody telling you to, you are inclined to it. There is something about it. It's as if it shows you.
office
Okay.
/ purpose.
Okay.
Living space. You know you have a startup when you have one of these in your house.
Yes.
For the people who have been following me for a while, I do have a whiteboard. That's how I started my YouTube channel and grew it to be around 300 subscribers. Around now, plus now it went back a little bit because I changed content. But yeah, and after a while, because it was practical for me to have 2 whiteboards, I actually got a piece of a painting, whatever, and that had a glass cover on it, and I flipped the image so that I would get white, and my latest videos that I did on the whiteboard was actually that painting flipped over.
Business going on.
We have a whole business going on, my friend.
By the way, my camera for the whole journey of filming myself doing classes with those markers and whatnot was filmed on my 40-year-old phone. All of those.
Okay. Are you Greek?
I am Greek.
Dude, I'm Greek too.
Really?
My last name's Georges.
Your last name Ligala.
I don't know Greek though.
Oh,
I'm fake
my
Greek.
bad.
I'm fake Greek. I'm fake
What
Greek.
does the evil eye mean?
I don't know actually.
You don't know the evil eye, you call yourself Greek. That's the
Dude,
thing.
It's protection?
Protection against
I'll know
what?
some Greek.
Evil?
This is where all the magic happens.
Okay.
Obviously, my co-founder is
As a feng shui artist or whatever you might want to call it, instead of grabbing stuff by rules, as in you should not or you should always have such or such symbol in your house, like you should always have a dragon symbol in your entrance or whatever, so to scare the thieves, which is kind of a feng shui rule. I would say that it depends. I mean, does it make you inspired? Does it make you feel at peace? Does it give you some sort of tranquility? Use it. If the same exact object for other person brings the exact opposite feelings, then that other person shouldn't use it. As simple as that. It's not about what you use, it's about what it makes you feel like. It says, it's like a a home, you want it to be a home that you live in with your family and relax, should be zen. But if you are going to start a casino, yeah, you don't want it to be zen. It will go bankrupt.
Nicer room than me.
Okay.
We're not gonna go into it.
Can you give us any hints of why that is, or?
He used to be my boss.
Oh,
Believe it or not.
okay.
We'll get into it.
It's like a seniority thing, you know. I get the bigger room. Okay, you have to earn your stripes.
Hope you're ready for the cold plunge.
Do you guys do that every morning? Don't cap.
Not every single morning. Sometimes I'm just late.
Probably.
Like for a meeting, I won't have time.
Yeah.
It's part of my. It's like having a cup of coffee. Honestly, I'm obsessed with it.
Holy fucking narcissist. This guy loves himself.
I didn't make it myself.
Yeah.
It was just amazing.
Yeah.
Brad,
right over his head too.
this
Looks
painter
awesome.
just reached out to
It
me.
reminds me of Jim Carrey's depiction of the Jesus character.
From Austria, he was like, "Yeah, I really want to paint you," and I sent him a photo. Of
Dude, it is fire, but having it.
And the chin looks like that video from Chico. That he does this.
Above your bed is too
Bye bye.
Know that, okay? When we're like looking for a building, we're like, we need a cold plunge.
I mean, it does symbolically reveal that you're kind of, I wouldn't say obsessed with yourself, but you find yourself cool because it's a cool picture and you're on the phone doing business or whatever. So you are inspired by a picture of yourself, which is great. It is what it is, but it's great still.
I don't care. I'd rather have a cold plunge than a laundry in my units.
How long have you been doing?
I mean, if you ask some people who their idol is, they will tell you it's them. And if they are healthy, living a mostly natural life within our society, why not? As long as they feel well within their skin and they are neutrally at peace, I mean, why wouldn't they be their own idol?
Cold plunge then, because that means this is a big impact.
So much about like things to look out for. I don't eat
Fast.
breakfast.
Fast, okay.
A little Vela.
Okay.
Now we start getting into my domain. He doesn't eat breakfast, he fasts. I mean, if you eat crap, you'll feel amazing fasting because your mind will be cleaner as compared to your whole day. You will be able to get more stuff done. Sure, but if you do a clean diet, for example, some fatty ruminant meat and some water, and in case you are sensitive to histamines, you, for example, get some burger patties, some 80-20 for example, and you take them out of the freezer every single morning, then you'll feel amazing. You'll have perfect clarity, you'll be in a good mood. Sure, you won't be apathic, as in somebody might try to attack you or be dumb with you, and it's not like you're not going to call them out. The thing is, you will realize how not great you felt before. You have no clue, whoever you are who are watching this, you have no clue how terrible you've been feeling most of your life unless you tried a proper, effective carnivore diet. You have absolutely no clue. But like, you're miles away. And because there are so many versions of carnivore, and I'm not even getting to animal-based or whatever, that are ineffective, they just are unsustainable. I mean, look at, for example, how is his name? What is his name? Jordan Peterson. I mean, the guy's always crying. The guy is also obsessed about these ideas of the religion and blah. Did you watch his interview or whatever you want to call it, his conversation with Elon Musk? And the hands did this, and he was always like this. What the hell, man? Relax your head. Just enjoy your life. You have a beautiful daughter. You have an amazing wife that has been on the side with you all of your life. You have a granddaughter. I mean, you have plenty of people who like to hear what you have to say. I mean, don't ruin what you get, what you have. Yeah, but that's just my opinion. I mean, it's his life. It's the only liberty or freedom that we have is to do whatever we want with it, with ours.
Okay, a little nicotine pouch. Okay.
Honestly, yeah.
And then what would the go-to be for lunch then or dinner?
Oh my god, nicotine pouch. Yeah, some people find that nicotine, I don't know if it's because it feeds some microbes in our gut or whatever, they find that it helps them focus. I mean, who am I to say otherwise? But it's like the fasting. Do I fast? No! Like, what? 10 minutes, 20 minutes, not much longer than that. After I wake up and get dressed, I'm already eating. I mean, I take the ground beef out of the freezer and I start eating it not too long afterwards. I mean, maybe half an hour, 1 hour at the most. But I mean, it tastes great and I feel great and my mind is clear and I feel alive, I feel energized. Just this morning, my mind shattered while I was going for a walk in the cold, which I did not because I was forcing myself like they did with the cold plunge, but because I wanted to do it. And I mean, it's cold. It's not my decision. If it was, I would have increased the weather temperature. I just was thinking, how the hell do I have so much energy on just ground freaking beef and water? How? Like, it's incredible. In the morning, I didn't even drink water. I mean, I had the water from the ground beef. Amazing. Like, when you start feeling amazing, you will become like speechless.
Lunch would be something.
By the way, I find burger patties to be incredible because they are absolutely cheap. They are cheaper than any piece of cut of beef that you can get. I mean, a lot of times the cheapest pieces of meat are not so great in taste wise. Sometimes they have a little bone. I mean, yeah, not ideal in any sort of sense. And then you are missing, maybe you will be missing the fat, maybe you will be missing the connective tissue. Ground beef has both. I would most definitely recommend you get it from ultra frozen. I believe this is the translation to English. Because, yeah, it has no aging, it has no histamine, it's still fresh. I mean, a successful hunter always eats the prey fresh. So, aged meat, oh, I'm eating this matured aged meat. You're a loser. Only loser animals, such as the scavengers, eat aged meat.
I honestly go to a place called Pie Bakery
And dinner.
and then
What do we
skip
eat?
dinner.
Bakery, woohoo, pie. Baked goods, as in croissant, bread, pasta, cookies, you get the idea, are the worst foods that a human could possibly eat. Most of those are made with grains, if not all. I mean, now with modernity, some are not. Grains are some of the most sprayed foods on the planet. And it's not like they have, oh, it's spray or whatever, it's not terrible. No, it's terrible. It's the worst thing for your body. Number one, top villain for your gut, for your body, for everything is the glyphosate. It's the Roundup spray. They have Roundup spray derivatives in the piece of croissant or bread or whatever that you are eating. Even if it's Ezekiel bread or something like that. Plus, if it's a croissant, for example, or a cake or a cookie, it has very probably seed oils, the second biggest villain for the human body. And thirdly, because they are made with seeds, grains are seeds, they are filled with lectins and possibly some oxalates, possibly some tannins, possibly, you get the idea. And both the lectins, the phytates, the oxalates, the tannins, all of those are anti-nutrients. They rob the nutrients that were in your body. And if you eat, for example, bread with an egg, the bread will rob some of the nutrients from the egg, plus some of the calcium from your bones, maybe. You get the idea. I mean, it is what it is. We have this biology and it affects us this way. That's why the ancient peasants, because they didn't have the access to animal foods, it's not like they could eat as much meat and as much fish and eggs as they wanted, and in the autumn some honey, some fruits, and whatever, once in a while some raw dairy, because they didn't have access to those. Those were reserved for the big guys, the whatever you might call the important people, the owners of the lands, whatever, the landlords. The peasants would just have a little whatever, some lettuces, some whatever, some grains, whatever, and they tried to mimic the actual true animal food's taste, but they knew it wasn't ideal. So, for example, for bread, they finely ground as much as possible the wheat, and then they fermented it overnight through the process we now call sourdough fermentation, from which comes the sourdough bread. But even then, the grains that they used were spray-free, and they were ancient grains. Now it's GMO crops with the spray. Yeah, bakeries is basically a slaughterhouse for your cells, for your immune system, etc.
So when do we eat, bro? Fuck, like
This skips dinner. I personally will eat whenever I feel like, as much as I feel like. I eat the equivalent of 9 quarter pounders per day at the moment, and you can see I'm very slim, maybe even too slim. And when night comes, I mean, now it's the winter where I live, I'll go meet a friend who has a shop. I help him close the shop, and I go home, back home. I typically will eat a little bit, like 1 or more 2 quarter pounders. And from then on, because I walk a lot, I do a lot of walking throughout the day, and being outside and catching some sun. At that moment, then I decide to basically be just more sitting on a chair, maybe watching some YouTube videos, just stopping all action. Yeah, I might do a very small walk after my 2 last paddies, but afterwards it's basically just pure entertainment, sitting. No more walking, no more nothing. Throughout the day it's chilling with a lot of walking. So yeah, I eat up to kind of late. I mean, if I go to bed, yeah, possibly like 3 hours after, yeah, 2.5 to 3 hours after my last meal, something like that. But you have to understand it's raw. What I eat is raw, so it's perfectly digested, and it's already ground, so it even helps more. Yeah, you have to understand it's. I don't even feel it in my stomach. I actually, after eating, I typically feel energized to go for a walk. I typically always eat every time I'm thinking, oh, I'm gonna go for a walk. I feel like it. Because I live near a mountain, it's beautiful and it's nature and trees. I always like, oh, I feel like going for a walk. Oh, let me just eat a little bit. I always want to eat a little bit before going. And please understand it's keto. So how the hell does eating a piece of ground beef energize me or makes me feel good? I mean, I'm adding blood flow to my stomach. I'm basically not feeding myself with any sort of quick sugar or quick form of energy, like athletes are always doing with those gels, like the marathoners. So it's crazy how it actually works. You don't actually need carbs, and you thrive without carbs, as in you stop longing for a heaven, you start living in one.
To be honest with you, like, as soon as I eat, if I were to wake up and go and have a meal like Dunkin', which I know I obviously wouldn't, my state, like my mind, the clarity just instantly goes away.
Brain fog.
Well, of course, man. I think it translated Dunkin'. I think he's talking about Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, of course, it's the most is artificial sugar. I mean, that wouldn't happen if you ate a piece of fruit that you were tolerant to, and that was glyphosate free. But I mean, you are using the worst possible example. Of course, it's gonna make you that, and I mean, it's rare the cases that it actually doesn't get this clarity destruction. It's people who are extremely healthy or whatever, extremely robust from what they consumed and how they grew and how they were fed throughout their growing while they were kids, that now they are kind of partially bulletproof against this sort of stuff. But of course, I mean, Dunkin' Donuts. I mean, it's a Dunkin' Donuts is probably the worst food you could possibly consume, other than straight poison out of a jar. I mean, and a lot of pastries are now using almond powder or almond how do you say, powder? Yeah, like flour from almonds. I mean, almonds have cyanide, just like rice. Yes, rice powders are not now being used as flour. Rice has arsenic. It's just how the plant is made, just like chocolate has caffeine. I mean, it's the way it is. Just like dairy has morphine. I mean, nature is the way it is. I mean, why the hell are you consuming morphine? And yeah.
I have way too much rainfall.
Yeah.
I feel that.
This is like,
It's
so
real,
it's
though.
so crucial to like, during the day, I'm so mindful of what I'm eating. I used to be super fat. Like,
I mean, I really doubt it's going to happen. But you guys, especially you that are especially so sensitive about this criteria and you feel so much of a difference, try what I'm telling you. Really do. You will think like, how could I have missed this all of my life? I can eat all day, every day, all the times, as much as I feel like, and I feel amazing. But you have to do it properly. Your body needs the protein, the fat, the connective tissues, and all of the micronutrients that are only inside it if you eat it mostly raw. I mean, if you eat it raw. Point. Like dot. End of the line. Because even if you sear it, the seared part, every part that is cooked, will not have those micronutrients. Creatine will convert in creatinine, which is basically mostly useless, etc., etc. You get where I'm going. Protein becomes mostly destroyed. I mean, you could get 50% of the micronutrients gone, and some of the macro as well. Even the water, most of it gone. Yeah, you have to start, but don't go watch some people like the example I gave earlier of Jordan Belfort, Jordan B. Peterson, because, I mean, yeah, he's not having success on it. He's aged way too much. I think he's doing too little fat or too little something or too much protein. I mean, he's doing something wrong, for sure. Would bet, having to bet, that he's probably tapping into thermogenesis like on a daily, which you should never. You should eat as much as you feel like. Do you feel like eating more? Eat more. Have you having pleasure? Eat more, eat more. Just like a dog, be a dog. Surround yourself with frozen, unfrozen from the day, ground beef, fresh, nice, and be a dog. Be instinctive. I mean, don't thank me later. You don't need to. I will know how much better you'll feel if you actually do it. So,
like this.
No, you didn't, bro.
Yeah.
No way. You were fucking fat?
Honestly, not, bro. I'm European, man. I was born like this.
Bro, there's no way.
I used to be like 200 pounds, super overweight, getting bullied every day in high school. Then just decided to change my life. Started listening to David Goggins and started
yeah, that's you are kind of speaking some truth into your little representation, into your little theater. I mean, you are doing cold plunges. Either it was Goggins that inspired you, or the Wim Hof guy, or the, how is it called, the other guy, the Uber something, Uberman. I mean, you are basically stressing your body, just like the coffee you took earlier. It's just adrenalizing your body. That's why you feel energized afterwards, because you just adrenalize yourself. There's a video of a guy was in his how do you call those Canadians or whatever that you use when you have a broken leg, and his mother was in a 10th floor or whatever, and he just got the adrenaline to start climbing the freaking building like Assassin's Creed character. That's what adrenaline does to you, and you are adrenalizing your body every single day by taking caffeine through coffee, tea, chocolate, Coca-Cola, iced tea.
Running in the morning.
Yeah, you shouldn't run in the morning. You should never run. I mean, maybe
Very hard
sprint
to
a
work
little
with
bit
and
if
I've
it feels pleasurable to you. But once your face goes like this, stop doing whatever it is that you're doing.
Some really cool ones, and honestly, the cool ones are usually the ones that perform the best because there's more flexibility and creativity.
Is there any brands that have come to you and you're like, I'm not doing this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if you're small, I'm not talking for survival purposes that you need to buy food for yourself. But if you have some leeway, you should never accept a work that goes against your principles. I mean, this should be obvious, but as a business owner, which I'm not, anybody will, in that case, will benefit from learning to say no to the opportunities that you actually don't want to do, that go against who you are, the type of work that you find good work. I mean, there's this video I just watched the other day about Casey Neistat talking about that you should be respectful and professional and not. But if you find that there is a way, like he did with Nike or with Mercedes or whatever, that you can do what they want, but your way, as in reach the amount of people. I mean, when I was a teen, I wanted a CLA after watching those videos. You will get the brand's goal of reaching people, of influencing them to want to buy their product or service, but do it your way, do it your style. You'll find it much more pleasurable, the creative aspect of it, and the filming and the traveling, if it entails that, and you will reach their goal, and they will become more, they will feel more respectful towards you afterwards, because they realize you are actually delivering on your promise. But first, like Casey said, first deliver what they ask for, then deliver it your way, and see which one they prefer. If you are true on your promises, you will be heard, you will not be forgotten.
Or what they sell.
Like, honestly, yeah, I make very good money for being a creator, but the whole point about, I think, honestly, the success of...
By the way, Feng Shui opinion, I like the openness and clarity and the cleanliness of your apartment. Looks very healthy. I mean, your skin compared to that white, you should get on the sun more.
European kid has been...
My skin as a bear is probably your complexion as well, so I know that you can go a little bit darker. You will like better seeing yourself in the mirror afterwards, in terms of your skin all around, and you will look more healthy.
Because I've not made it my full time. What's crazy, I probably spend 5% of my time every day on European Kid stuff. And people think I'm full time. They meet me, they're like, oh, you doing full time European Kid? No, I do full time my startup, because that's where all my passion.
That's great that you are following your passion, as in your inclination, what naturally drives you. I mean, I would never think that it's like saying Kaby Lame is full time doing this all his life. Of course not. It's just a skit. He does it once a day or less than that. I mean, of course. I mean, maybe some days film it 3 videos and then postpone it to later. But I mean, why would it be? I mean, only if you hated your life and you have had nothing to ever do, you were bored, and yeah, you were a character all day, every day.
Yes, I've always wanted to be. I'm very entrepreneurial. Like I started the European Kid literally with that mindset.
That's awesome. All right, so we're here. We're
That's
going
awesome.
upstairs. We're gonna get some sun, do some actual work. But
Yeah,
before we leave
some
this place,
sun.
how much did this place cost you per month?
We got a really good deal on it because
I mean, talking about deals and getting opportunities to live there, live in that, but talking about numbers, it should never be your focus. I mean, I'm not talking you have a company and you have to cut costs and whatnot, but I'm saying on a personal level, when you look at a guy like this and you are inspired because you kind of want to be like him, this is the worst type of question, I'm sorry to say, to ask. You are completely deviating yourself from the main message. The main message here, which is the best part of this video, if you click for the being rich aspect, is the manifestation aspect. Manifestation works for everybody. Poor people are manifesting poverty, rich people are manifesting richness on a daily. You manifest who you are. Who you are is how you think, how you talk, how you act, how you feel even. If you want to be a rich European kid, as in, for example, you see some videos on the internet and you see a rich European kid who drives a Ferrari on weekends, who goes play golf every day, who has clarinet classes on Wednesdays, and he plays paddle with the Pope. I mean, with a billionaire, for example. If you want that to become your lifestyle, which it might never deliver you happiness, because true happiness comes from within, and when you have it, it doesn't matter what surrounds you. I mean, you might be sitting in a chair, you might be on your feet, you might have your dog by your side, you might be lonely, you might have some more natural environment around you, you might not. If you are truly well, it doesn't matter all that much what surrounds you, as long as you have the freedom to, within that space, do whatever you feel like. So I don't travel, I don't go in planes or the trains or the buses, because it reduces my freedom. It's not like I can just get out and just look at the nature and walk for a little bit. I'm stuck there. So yeah, nobody can really feel all that happy being stuck too many hours to a confined space, to confined freedom, really. The thing here to take home is, even though that guy is playing golf with Donald Trump and you want that to be your future, for example, you cannot do it right now, and it's perfectly okay. But there are some things that type of person that you want to become, that you can do right now. You can start gradually thinking like that person. Do you want to be a better husband? Start thinking, feeling is a very important one, like one. For example, when your kid or your dog, I mean, if you're not a monster, does something kind of stupid, you kind of laugh about it. But if an adult does something kind of stupid, you might be kind of pissed off, because you're like, really? You're an adult, you should know better. This is what I'm talking about. You have to unlearn your mode of feeling, through your mode of thinking. You have to start becoming forgiving in these senses that are useful for you and for the other, that will actually entail good success, good outcomes that you actually desire. If you want to be accompanied by a beautiful, forgiving, understanding girlfriend, you should be the type of guy that has one. What all of the guys that have one have in common? You might say, oh, they all have earrings. No, there are plenty of them who don't. Oh, they all have tattoos. No, there are plenty who have no. Oh, they have money. No, not of them, all of them. Find out what all of them, all, as in zero exceptions, the world is mathematical, never forget that. all of them have in common? What do all billionaires have in common? What do all celebrities have in common? Every time you want something, realize that someone already has, whether it's characteristics, whether it's conditions in life. What do the people who already have it have in common? All of them, with no exception. And please start with the exception. Start finding out what exceptions, so that you filter out all of them quickly, so that you gradually, in a short amount of time, realize what it is. What do all successful young entrepreneurs have in common? What do all unsuccessful entrepreneurs have in common? You make a list. You start scratching off the ones that were ideas, but they're actually not true. They were fallacies because you didn't check the whole list of this type of guys. See a lot of videos, go talk to a lot of people, or actually go see them, go observe them, and you will find out all of the successful entrepreneurs have a couple or one or three or more things in common. All of them, with no exception. Whether you want to call that drive, motivation, focus, whether you want to... Some might be more focused than others. So, kind of a fallacy. Some might, they wake up very early. A lot of them don't wake up very early. You have to filter out, and to go to the core, you have to do first principle thinking. This guy partially became the European kid because he started faking it till you make it. He started acting and feeling and seeing and talking, actually, and behaving like one. If you want anything in life, you should align yourself to it. If you want to listen to some church music, tune your radio to the church channel. If you want to listen to some pop country music, tune your radio to that other channel, to that other station. Your radio is not out there, is in here. If you want to have cool friends, tune yourself to be the guy who is surrounded by cool friends. You are perfectly understanding what I'm saying with extreme clarity. I know that. And I know that this information will ferment within your brain and will deliver a light bulb flashing. You will realize that whatever it is that you've always dreamed, that for the case of all humans is inner peace, is at your disposal. It's not like you need to get something to get there. I mean, you do need to get some nice food to get there. But otherwise, it's all a mirage. That's why people like Andrew Tate are not outside the matrix. He is a sponsor, a promoter of the matrix. He is deeper in the matrix than the average person because he bought into the fake idea, to the lie, that fast cars, hot women, which aren't all that hot from what we see in the pictures, but hot looking women with a lot of makeup and fake tits will make you happier. That you get what I'm saying. All the happiness that Andrew feels comes from being in the daily company of his brother, of like-minded entrepreneurs, connecting with these university students through whatever means, feeling useful to other people. At the end of the day, this guy only likes doing what he does because he is connecting with other humans, other beings. At the end of the day, Casey, Elon, Bill, whoever, myself, yourself. Everything that we do, well, in terms of what actually we do outside of us, as in accomplishments that we don't naturally need. I mean, you only need food to survive, basically, and sleep and water. You get what I'm going. Whenever there is a calling within yourself to accomplish something, to build a business, to make paintings, to write a book, it's not for you to survive. It's not for you to thrive as an individual monolith that is living in the planet Earth, but it's because you want to better connect with others. That's why I'm here talking, and a lot of people will not even realize I made this video and I talked for so long, and some others might. Will it be up to your benefit? It depends. Whatever you do with it. Thank you for watching.